In a solid verdict at Orangeburg County, the court has handed down a life sentence to the perpetrators found guilty of a heinous quadruple homicide. This decisive ruling marks the end of a harrowing chapter for the community as justice prevails in the wake of a tragedy that claimed 4 lives within the sanctity of a home. The sentence serves as a stark reminder of the law's unwavering stand against such acts of violence. The tragic incident. On a day that will forever be etched in the annals of Holly Hill's history, the 15th of July 2015, the peaceful serenity of the small town was shattered by a horrifying act of violence. 4 innocent lives were tragically cut short within the walls of a humble abode situated on the seemingly quiet Old State Road. The victims, who were robbed of their futures, were identified as Jerome Butler, a man of 58 years old, Crystal Hutto, a young woman of 28 years, Shamikia Sanders, a teenager of 17 years, and Tamara Perry, a mere child of 14 years. Amidst the chaos, a fifth individual, a young boy of just 9 years, found himself in the line of fire but miraculously managed to survive the harrowing ordeal. The investigation. Following the tragic quadruple homicide, an intensive investigation was launched. This inquiry gradually untangled a complex web of relationships, all intricately linked to the illicit narcotics trade, which appeared to be the catalyst for the gruesome act. The father of 3 of the victims, who was conspicuously absent during the time of the crime, was suspected to have ties with the perpetrators. This connection led the investigators to hypothesize that the brutal home invasion wasn't a random act of violence, but rather a calculated component of a larger narcotics operation. The legal proceedings and verdict. Following an extensive judicial process, 3 individuals, Luther Smith, Antley Scott, and Robert Bailey, were declared guilty of the heinous crimes. On the 23rd of February 2022, after a trial that spanned over 2.5 weeks and a jury deliberation that lasted approximately 2.5 hours, a unanimous verdict was reached against the accused. They were found guilty on a total of 18 charges, which included 3 instances of murder, 1 instance of attempted murder, and a count of first-degree burglary. The judicial sentence. The presiding judge handed down a sentence of life imprisonment to all 3 convicts with no chance of parole. Effect on the community. The tragic loss of lives and the savage nature of the crime inflicted a profound wound on the community of Holly Hill. Relatives of the victims expressed a mix of sorrow and relief at the sentencing, acknowledging that while justice had been meted out, it couldn't resurrect their departed loved ones. This case serves as a touching illustration of the trials that small communities undergo when they're thrust into the spotlight due to violent crimes. It also highlights the resilient spirit they display in overcoming such daunting adversities. Dive into the world of excitement and discoveries. Hit the subscribe button and become a part of our dynamic community. Ring the bell for notifications and never miss a beat of our enthralling content. Your adventure with us is just a click away.